Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode 45 of my personal blog. Appreciate you stopping in. Today is a big day. Today is the end of full day one of my time in Nashville, the Music City, the Vegas of the South. I flew out here yesterday evening, Monday evening. Got in basically and had something to eat. Stopped by the department store to pick up a couple things I needed, and just pretty much crashed. And and then today was day one of the full day of me spending some time here, and this is kind of on our cross country journey to find a new home. Nashville has eked its way to number one on our list of places that we want to go, and we're kind of running out of time, so it's kind of gone from a list to a paint or get off the ladder. We need to make this happen. So even though we're acting as if we're still kind of like gonna make a choice, there's not much of a choice to be made in my estimation. I think it's one of those things where yeah, we gotta pick somewhere, and anywhere is better than where we're at right now. So, all that being said, today I just got off the phone with my mom, and the way she put it was perfect because today was a magical day. Today was awesome, and I think part of what made it awesome is, let me grab my book really quick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So. My mom was kind enough, like I mentioned on my last video, I have been doing a deep dive into Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone, this is his book, The 10X Rule. I've been watching a ton of his videos, getting way into his stuff, and there's a lot of fluff in some of the content that he puts out, say on YouTube. There's a lot of good substance in there as well, but I'm kind of like, all right, man, give me the meat and potatoes, give me the blueprint. What do I need to do? And so my mom had a copy of this book, and I said, hey, can I borrow it for my trip? Then I can read it on the flight and read it while I'm out here and hopefully finish the book. And so she was kind enough to lend it to me. She says she's given it to me. So I guess we'll see if she'll take it back or not once I'm finished. But yeah, so I've read a bunch. Let's see, where am I at? I'm that far in a matter of like a day and a half, which is fast for me. I'm a super slow reader. So I'm about to start chapter 9, page 69. So reading that book has been, I think, putting into words, or maybe putting a little bit more concretely, some of the stuff I've already been hearing him talk about. There's still a lot of fluff in it, but I think I'm cool with that. The style makes it, it makes it more fun to read. And still the concept, like, I think pretty much like you really do understand the concept just from the title and just from the things that he says, which is you basically just have to 10x everything. But I think the nice part about this is it puts a little bit of the why behind it, and maybe a little bit more of the framework that he uses. The why is super fascinating because he has, I think, almost a whole chapter on let me pull it out. Let's see, because it's definitely, success is your duty. That's chapter number, chapter number 4. Okay, so one, what is the 10x rule? Why is the 10x rule vital? What is success? And then success is your duty. So that one, I think, is an important one because it kind of puts to rest some of some questions. And the way he looks at it is that success reaching your full potential is an obligation. It's a duty. It's a service to the world, right? And it's kind of, and I've seen a video of him talking about it where basically, or maybe it's in the book, where basically like if you're not reaching your full potential, that's selfish, right? And that and because he talks about, hey, if you're reaching your full potential, then you're able to give more to the world. You're able to help people. You're able to share your talents with the world, and people can benefit from it. And if you don't do it, he considers it selfish because you're kind of shortchanging the world on your talents and things like that. So that's a pretty fascinating thing where it's like, I think it's the point is because it's easy to justify letting your foot off the pedal and thinking, I don't want to make any waves or, or put myself out there, or I'm an introvert or things like that. And, his point is just like yeah, that's you're worrying about yourself in that scenario, but how much could your family, your friends, your, loved ones and colleagues and business associates and customers and employees and managers and the company you work for, how much could they all benefit from you, setting your own needs aside and, producing or fulfilling your full potential. So that's that. Along with this trip, I'm feeling like I'm a man on fire, and so it's been super cool. So then I kind of, today was like day one of executing the 10x rule, and I think it felt like it, and I just kind of wanted to share with you guys, again, my first impressions of Nashville, which I technically haven't even seen Nashville yet. I'm staying in, so Nashville is kind of like the center of this area, and then the town to the south, the biggest town to the south of it, maybe 20 minutes south, is maybe 30 minutes south, is Franklin. And I'm staying in a hotel smack dab in between, in a town or neighborhood called Brentwood. And so all of the stuff that I've been doing, or all the stuff that I did today, was either in Brentwood or Franklin. So besides the quick department store visit yesterday evening, I really haven't gone to Nashville. So tomorrow is going to be a big Nashville day. But yeah, I just wanted to share some impressions and experiences, and some of the excitement of the trip so far. The big headline of today is the Dave Ramsey headline. So I got to meet Dave Ramsey today very briefly. Was in the studio, got to take a picture, quick chat. He asked me a couple of nice small talk questions. I answered and shared a brief little, hey, appreciate what you're doing, those types of things, and recognize that I would like to befriend that guy and and get to associate with him more. And I'm just like, okay, how do I do that? And so, but that was a super cool thing. I got to see their facility, meet a bunch of the people who work there. Everyone was super nice, and the show is professional. He's a professional, obviously. He does that, hundreds of times a day, and a week and a year and all that stuff. And so got to do that. Interviewed at the Pella Nashville location, which was great. Great team there. I'm super interested in the position. It's a sales position. There's aspects of it that seem challenging that I'm excited about. That give me a little bit of that pit in the stomach, like, oh, you're gonna have to deliver, which I think is a good thing. And then in the evening, got to train some jiu-jitsu at Renzo Gracie of Nashville, which is I got the impression that, hey, this is a great gym with a great head instructor who I did not get to meet or learn from today. But by all accounts and by his resume and all that stuff, I'm stoked to get to train under him at some point. Sean Williams Williams. So super stoked on that. Great, a bunch of good athletes in the gym. So I know I'll definitely get some good training in there. The rest of this week, if I'm able to get in a couple times, or maybe one more time, and definitely when we move here, that will be the school that I train at. So it's just been a killer day, and also rode around listening to Snoop Dogg on Joe Rogan's podcast, and so that was just positive vibes all day long. So yeah, just wanted to share my first impressions, and basically it's so far so good. I think like I said, the big thing is being pushed out of Seattle, and so we've kind of got no point where it's like, hey, any place is going to be better than here. So and this place is from what I can tell, it seems great. Seems like the COVID Nazi regime has not gotten a stranglehold on this place. And one lady said it today, and I loved it. And I want to get a T-shirt where she said, we do want to keep the South the South. And I'm like, yes, that is what I'm all about. So anyhow, I'm stoked. I'm excited to see what the rest of the week holds, and what the journey out here holds, and then what the journey while we're here holds. So I could not be happier with day one, and I'll keep you guys posted with how day two goes. I'm sure. Well, yeah, I won't even make any predictions, but it's been great. So yeah, appreciate everyone who has tuned in and followed along. And if you have any questions about the journey that we're making cross country from the great Pacific Northwest to the southeast of the country, holler at me, because I will try and document some of the journey as we go. I will catch you all later.